you did the IUIs 4 times?
Yes.
4 times. Okay. Wow.
Yep, 4 times. And then after that, the docs immediately go to, okay, IVF, in vitro fertilization. And so that's another set of hormones.
Oh my gosh.
So,
same hormone or?
No, the first hormone was oral.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This one was progesterone, estrogen, Lupron are just some examples, but unfortunately many of them come in shot form. And I was terrified of shots. Like, you're talking to someone that knows the exact date that they last got a tetanus shot because I don't want to get another shot.
Right.
So I was exposed real quick. But yeah, patches, shots, you're on a very strict schedule, they're monitoring everything, and then you go in for what's called an egg retrieval, which is essentially they get you to make a lot of eggs, and then they take them out with the hope of fertilizing them in a little petri dish. So that's why it's called in vitro.
Right.
And they watch the little ones grow. Some of them don't fertilize appropriately because you notice that there's more chromosomes and it doesn't split quite right. And you want to get the eggs or the blastocyte, the embryos at that point, to blast stage, which is typically 5 days in. And then they look at that, okay, this is good, and then they choose to implant them. Some people get genetic testing in that meantime to find boy, girl, chromosomal issues. We did not.
You did not, okay.
We did not, but we didn't even have to get to that point. That was a spoiler alert, because all of ours died.
Out of 40?
Out of 40.
And how many actually fertilized?
So what we did is initially we didn't want to end up with a lot of embryos in the freezer.
Right.
So we said fertilize 10 of them. Okay, so they fertilized 10. 7 fertilized, which is about right.
Okay,
70%.
Okay.
Yeah. But all of them died.
Oh my gosh.
17 left because even though you get 40 eggs, not all of them are going to be mature.
Right.
So they can only take the mature ones. And out of the 17, 3 fertilized. And you can guess how many made it.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a big 0.
How long does this whole process take? Is this over like 2 days, they fertilize and then they die, and then you say, okay, do 17 more?
Yeah, so that's a good question, because the prep itself can be like 3 months out to a year because you have to get a lot of testing done beforehand. But as far as the egg retrieval, you do the shot that essentially primes everything, make sure everything's mature as far as eggs. About 36 hours before they do the egg retrieval. So then they take out the eggs and they fertilize them within a few hours.
Okay.
And there's fresh gametes from my husband in a freezer, or fresh depending on what they want to do, because they're testing motility numbers and all that stuff. And they fertilize them that afternoon or that day, and they watch them grow, and they let us know, okay, this many fertilized, and then they tell us the next morning, and then they grow. It's day 5, and by day 5 you have to have your progesterone ready to go, lots of shots.
So you've got all this going on, and meanwhile you're being pumped full of hormones, and I mean, that has to be super emotional then when you realize that out of those 40, none survived, and wow, okay.
Yeah.
So then what happened?
So when you're so in love with a child that you have not yet met, you keep going.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. So then we went to egg donor just on a whim.
Yeah.
And we had 3 embryos, which was awesome. And I had to pick her out, and we have baby pictures and like 40 pages of like information.
Yeah.
We implanted 1 and got a little boy, and he died at 12 weeks, 11 weeks.
Oh my God.
So we had 2 more. We implanted 2 of them. And we had twins, because one of them died and then one of them split. So we had twins.
Sarah.
And then we lost them at 12 weeks too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So.